Hey everyone, welcome back to my trading journey. In this video, I am going to show you guys how to use a super trend indicator strategy to make profitable swing trades. All right, this is a really powerful strategy for swing trading that has been working well for me, and I know it can work for you too. It uses TradingView's best indicators. So without further ado, let's jump right in. First, you're going to go to tradingview.com. All right, and then since this is a swing trading strategy, we're going to be using the 1 hour time frame. I mean, not the 1 hour. Since it's swing trading, we're going to be using the 1 day time frame, and the candles are going to be Heikin-Ashi candles. All right, so let's set up the charts. So let me X out of all of this stuff so I can show you guys what your chart is going to look like. So once you do the 1 day and turn to Heikin-Ashi, we're gonna add 3 indicators. All right, so the first one we're gonna add is the super trend oscillator by LuxAlgo right here. Okay, so we're gonna add the super trend oscillator. We're gonna make some changes to it. So go into the settings right here, and then in here we're gonna go into inputs, and we're going to change the multiplier to 3 instead of 9. And then we're going to go back into style, and we're going to turn the histogram green. All right, now click OK. That one is set. All right, so the next indicator we're going to add is just the super trend right here. That's all set. We're not going to change any settings in the super trend. We're going to keep it as is. And then the last indicator we're going to add is the trauma, which is a trend regularity adaptive moving average by LuxAlgo. All right, and this is also free to use. All of these indicators that I'm showing you guys are absolutely free to use on TradingView, and you can open up a free TradingView account too. You don't need to pay anything to use TradingView. Okay, now we're all set. We're all set with our indicators. All right, but hey, before we get, and now we're gonna go into the strategy, right? But before I get into where to get in, where to get out of this trade with the swing trading strategy, I have to show you guys this. Here are a couple of recent trades that I posted and closed in my all access Patreon. 67% and 74% returns. Boom! If you want to follow any of my free weekly trades on Telegram or get full access to all of my trades on my Patreon, just click on the links in the description below. Now let's get into the strategy. All right, so step 1, and let me start making some notes so you guys can take notes right along, because I know I've started doing these in my recent videos, and I think I've gotten some really good feedback that people like these notes as I'm taking. So this way you guys can take notes as well, and this way you guys have it for reference when you're trading these different strategies. And again, nothing in any of my videos is financial advice, right? So just none of this is financial advice. Just keep that in mind. So for long positions, you want the price to be above the trauma. All right, price action. This is the trauma. It's red. You know what? Let's change that, because that can get confusing, because we're going to be using the trauma for buy and sell opportunities. So the gray, the red kind of gets confusing. People always think it's only for sell positions. We're going to turn that into a bright yellow. Okay, so change that into a yellow. So the trauma is going to be the yellow line. So price action above the trauma. Rule number 2, you're going to wait for the super trend oscillator turn bright green. Okay, and this is basically going to be your buy signal, right? When you get a super bright green candle over here. So you know what? Let's go ahead and change one of these settings too in the super trend oscillator, so it kind of gives you a better idea of where to get in. So the bright candles will show up when this level right here, you see that where it says 53.62, that's going to be 100. That's when you're gonna get the bright green candles. So let's change the settings, and right here in the style for the levels, let's make that 100 and -100. So this way, This way you guys see, and you know what, let's, where's the background? Let's get rid of the background. I don't like the dark settings right there. All right, so now whenever that touches the line, you know it's at 100. That's where you get your buy signal, the bright green candles, okay? So you wait for the Supertrend oscillator to turn bright green. The third sign is going to be the regular Supertrend indicator right here, right? That needs to be green at that time. So Supertrend indicator needs to be green. And these are your 3 rules for going into a long position, okay? So bright green candle right here, that's gonna tell you that this is gonna be the buy signal. The price has to be above the trauma, right? The moving average. And this indicator, the regular Supertrend indicator, needs to be green. Now where are you gonna put the stop loss? So stop loss will be at the Supertrend indicator line, okay? So you'd probably put the stop loss around here. Now where do you take profits? What I like to usually do, and this is a very high probability trade, so you know some of the profits are going to be big, some of the profits are going to be small, but the win rate is super high on this, okay? So I like to take my profits, take profit when the Supertrend oscillator again gives you 100, when it gives you a bright green candle. Next. And so as you can see, like look at the numbers right here, right? Keep going, keep going, keep going. It looks like a bright green candle, but that's at 95.83. Right here, 95.43. Boom, that's when it hits 100. And that's where I would take profit. You guys can set these as whatever you like, depends on your risk tolerance. Again, not financial advice, so you guys manage your own risk. One of the biggest things about becoming a successful trader is about managing risk and position size, okay? So that is just what my thoughts are on this. So that's for the long position. Now, for the short positions, it's going to be the exact opposite, okay? You want your price to be below the trauma. You wait for the Supertrend oscillator to turn bright red. Your Supertrend indicator needs to be red at the time, and your stop loss will be at the Supertrend indicator line, and take profit will be at the next bright red candle. Okay? Make sense? All of these things. So now, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys some examples. So this way you guys kind of have an idea. And again, you guys can back test this, and please do back test all of this stuff with whatever equities you guys trade, because this because it's based off a price action, it works great for a lot of stuff like stocks, options, crypto, forex. Like it works with all of that stuff. All right, so I'm going to show you guys some examples next, and if you guys are enjoying this video, please hit that like button and write boom in the comments below. It really helps out the channel. And when you're doing that, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos about other awesome swing trading strategies, day trading strategies, scalping strategies, all of that kind of stuff. All right. So now you guys have the notes. Let's look at some examples. So in this one, we're looking at Microsoft. So again, as you can see, this was a good trade. This would be a long position, right? This is going up. This would not be a good trade, right? We would not get into this because the Supertrend indicator is red. This is red. The oscillator is red, but the price action is above the trauma, so we're not gonna do this. And as you can see, this would have been a bad trade if you did go short on this because it came back up. We're only looking for sell positions when the price action is below the trauma line. Okay. So here's another thing right here, because I know this is gonna come up in the comments section, because people are gonna be like, hey, the Supertrend indicator and the Supertrend oscillator, they're probably doing the same thing, so they're always gonna be the same. No, they're not. So like right here, you get the buy signal right here, but guess what? The Supertrend indicator is still red. You're not gonna get into this trade. Okay? So it turns green on the next line in the next bar. Right here, it's not bad. Like you can look over here. The Supertrend oscillator is giving you a red sell signal, but the regular Supertrend indicator is still green and it doesn't turn red for quite some time, and the price of action is above the trauma anyway. So yeah, these two indicators, yes, they may be similar, but they're not doing the exact same thing. So you're not getting the exact same signals on both. When all of these are in confluence, when they're all working together, that's when we get into those trades. Again, we wouldn't get into the trade here. Price action's above, this is a sell. Let's keep looking until we find a... All right, so here's an example. So this would be a buy, right? You'd have your stop loss over here on the indicator line, the Supertrend indicator line. Price action's above the trauma, you get a green buy signal, Supertrend is green, right? This, and then you get your next red candle at 100, right? You're looking at the numbers right here, you get this at 100 right here. Small profit, but still a profit, right? This is still not a sell because price action's above the trauma. All right, here's another buy signal. Boom. You buy right here. You write it out, write it out, write it out. Here is where you'd get out of this because again, Supertrend oscillator is 100. That'd be a nice little profit for that swing trade. Oh, here's a sell short position signal, right? So price action below the trauma line. Here's the trauma line. Below the trauma, you've got red on the Supertrend indicator, and you've got this at a minus 100, right? You're looking at those numbers right here, minus 100. You get in, you write it all the way down until here. This is when you get the next Supertrend oscillator signal of minus 100. So again, bright red. So here's an example of a short sell. So now, yeah, backtest this, see however you guys like it. And this awesome swing trading strategy uses a couple of Lux Algo's free indicators on TradingView.